Hello, cinema peeps.
Hello, cinema peeps.
Let's be in the mood. Yeah, punch you with that opening, but not too much. A gentle, a gentle welcome. Come in. Not hello, come in.
Welcome to Spooky Month.
Yes, part two.
Part 2.
First part should be up today, and I hope it was good. I hope it was good.
It's probably a little brutal because I tried to rewatch a little bit of it and I'm like, yeah, I honestly don't even understand what I'm talking about. I was trying to explain the movie, so
to be fair, you were trying to be like a little aloof because you're like, if you're going to watch it, I won't spoil
That's what makes
much,
it hard,
which I appreciate.
Yes, okay, well, good. I'm glad because that's what makes it hard. As I think we've talked about it before. Is like when we haven't both seen the thing and we want to like. Because if you're interested in watching it, I'm like, I don't want to give away too much that's going to either make you
we should
have
just plug the ears.
Yeah.
Kendra's like, okay, now I'm just going to talk for 5 minutes uninterrupted. No commentary. I hope you enjoy.
Right?
Well, now we don't have to beat around the bush. Because I did watch Time Cut.
Yay!
I was stuck between that and the Fear Street Prom Queen, because you had watched it like 2 nights ago.
Yes, I did.
And I was like, shit. I was like, which one should I watch? I was like, Kendra, just watch this one. But I said I was going to watch this one. So I was like, Kendra, help me. And she was like, watch Time Cut. I was like, okay. So I did.
Perfect. I know you have talked about the Fear Street movies in the past, I think, on the podcast.
Yes.
But I feel like we could do like an all-encompassing Fear Street specific episode about all of them.
Okay.
If you want, we could try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because since there's 4 movies, so we might as well. And you've seen all of them. This is just the last one you haven't seen yet, right? Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also watched What You Did. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the OG.
Yes!
Not the new one that just came out, but the OG one.
There is a new one that did come out. I am curious to see that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it was actually interesting because, that just came out this summer. Obviously, that's the whole title. And it kind of was like, I was like, oh yeah, there was the original. So it piqued my interest to watch the original.
Yay! Yes.
And also, fuck everybody who was mean to Jennifer Love-Hewitt. Fuck all of you. So mean.
Why were they mean?
Because they hate women, okay? She's on the red carpet, and it's like, wow, here she is, because I can't remember at that point. The movie came out in, I should know this, 1997 or 1998?
That sounds about right, yep.
And we just had the new one, 2025, and everyone's like, ew, you're old. I'm like, of course, that's what happens.
That was recently people were mean to her?
Yeah, because she was on the red carpet for the movie, and everyone's like, ew, she's old. And I'm like,
who are these people?
They're fucking trolls living on a bridge. That's where they should stay. I never want to see them.
No. Remember, we said they're the monkeys from Superman, the monkey bots.
Yes,
who are just yeah.
They're the monkey bots.
Yeah, the monkey bots.
So yeah, I just want to say, Jennifer Love-Hewitt, you're great. I don't know, don't listen to the haters. I know you're not, but don't listen to them haters.
And do you know how many references have been made since I Know What You Did Last Summer has come out? That's been there's so many spin-offs and just references
right?
From that.
Because it also reminded me that there was the Prime TV show.
Yes.
But that came out in 2021, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of the OG actors are in it or not. By the vibe of it, I don't think there is.
No, I don't think so. I think it was supposed to be kind of how that Scream TV series happened, where it was a fresh cast of young people and yeah.
So I want to watch that, but I think it's gone from everywhere.
Really? I wonder if it's available
scrubbed.
To buy anywhere.
I think
DVD.
Maybe.
If anybody knows,
bargain hunting.
Let us
bargain
know.
hunting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get that off my chest right off the bat because I was like, "How dare people?"
Yeah. So honestly, seriously.
Right? I'm like, can we not age? What?
Yeah. This is the thing you have to accept about humans and reality is that yes, there are movies and movies are magic and there is visual effects and there is makeup, but people still age. Mm-hmm.
And I think she looks great for, I don't know, I think she's either 40 or mid 40s or something. She looks great, people.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down. I say this as I'm enraged. I'm like, shut up, everybody, shut up.
And we also came from the era where they cast and you always send me like funny reels that like make the jokes about this. That they cast like mid to late 20 and 30-year-olds as teenagers in a lot of the stuff that we watch. So like, come on, guys.
Right? Weirdos. And sorry, the other movie I watched was Friday the 13th Part 3.
Yay!
I also recorded Friday the 13th Jason Takes Manhattan because I just think it's really funny.
Right, the title sounds very funny.
Right, at this rate, because I think that's like movie 6 or 7. Like at this rate, I'm watching one a year. Like I can't wait that long.
I feel like that's good. That's a good like that's a long enough time to cleanse your palate so that you can kind of like enjoy it every year instead of trying to go like all in on one go.
Well, maybe one year I'll have to do
a full-on commitment.
Yeah, kind of like we did with Scream. But I mean, I think it was easy because Scream was just so enjoyable.
Scream is it's so much fun.
And was like, shit, it's like, oh, I want to watch the next one. I'm going to watch the next one, So it's just naturally more enjoyable.
Yes, true.
But yeah, sorry. I've already touched. You watched Fear Street Prom Queen. But what else did you watch this week?
I also watched, now I have to remember. I have to bring up my list. Let me bring up my list. Okay.
List.
Okay. So yes, I watched Fear Street Prom Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched Practical Magic because it's a classic.
Oh.
There is the second one coming out, I think this next summer, is it? Or next fall? I cannot remember. But there is the sequel with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. That will be coming out, so that should be cool. And then I watched a new one called Wolfman on Prime.
Which one?
Yeah, I know, there's a few.
Is this one with Kit Harington? Or
no,
not with Kit Harington?
Not with Kit Harington.
Okay, because so there's this Wolfman, and there's another one. I thought it was titled very similar, and it seemed like it was a very similar premise of a man and his family in the woods, and then he either gets attacked or it's part of a legacy curse, and it was very confusing because they came out so close together. I was like, is this not the same film?
Right?
Am I trying to be duped now?
Well, that's what confused me too, because I remember seeing the trailer for that one, and then I remember seeing the trailer for this one that I'd watched, and this one definitely piqued my interest because it was definitely more of like that really like dark, spooky, like right up my alley kind of thing. And then I went to go like search the name of it because I was trying to remember what it was called, and I couldn't find the name of it for the longest time. So I was like, did I dream this up? Is this a real thing? But no, yes.
I mean, I've been there.
Right? But I'm also like very curious to watch the Kit Harington one just to see if it's any better or worse. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because legitimately, like, I watched that trailer, and then this trailer for The Wolfman came out, and I was like, is this not the same? I'm like, what do you mean this movie's not out yet? What the fuck do you mean? And I'm like, wait a minute. And I squinted a little hard, and I was like, those are different people.
Those are different people.
I was like, what the fuck? All right, where should we start? There's a lot.
Well, I want to know your thoughts on time cuts, so I think we should let's get that out of the way.
I'll try to be efficient because we've already told you guys the plot. All right, so
at least we tried. I'm sorry, guys. Seriously.
It's fine. But yeah, it's not good.
I
still think it's better than Halloween Season of the Witch 3, but it's not good. And
visually, yes. And I'll give the songs a pass just because it's from our generation. The songs kind of kept me through it.
Took me out of it.
I know.
But it was funny after watching I Know What You Did Last Summer because they do the same thing.
They do. Yes, that's true.
So it was very funny to me. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But I 100% agree with you the fact that I didn't really know what the movie was. Because, it wasn't scary enough to be a horror film. Mm-hmm. But it also wasn't good enough to be a comedy.
Right?
So I was like, this... And I think that's what really suffered the film? Suffraged the film? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But...
Made the film suffer?
Yeah, thank you. Words are hard. But I will say... I liked the opening concept of, having her sister, right? She's a sister she never met, who, her life is kind of defined by this death. It's defined her whole family.
Yeah.
So she has a lot of mixed emotions about this because she's never met this girl. Mm-hmm. So she definitely probably feels some form of jealousy, envy. And I was like, that's a really, interesting concept. And then they were like, let's not...
They just went, time paradox?
They're like, let's just not do good on that promise. And again, the fact that the film didn't really have an identity of what it was, I think made that suffer even more.
Yes.
I don't know why, but I really wanted the science teacher to be the villain. No reason. I was just like, yeah, he's the villain.
Yeah, right?
But oh my god, when they were like, this is the guy, I was like,
I know, I was like, are you kidding me? I just feel like there was a lot, and again, this is part of where my theory of the fact that I think it might have been written by AI was that there was just too much going on that didn't, like, cohesively connect at all. Like, yeah, I don't know. That just, like I said, I feel like they just typed in a bunch of stuff and they were like, we want the inspiration from this and this, and we want this to happen, and we want that to happen, and write it.
I think what's also upsetting, to me anyway, is, like, the second the film opens and you're introduced to the killer, I was like, that mask, and then I looked it up to totally killer, and I'm like, those are, like, very like, minus, like, the smile, so it's hard to be like, oh,
it's
yeah,
the same
like,
mask without teeth, essentially. Yeah,
right? It's like, oh, what a coincidence. It's like, that's a little on the nose, if, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, they also, like, kind of were worried about time paradox, and then they weren't half the time, which was very funny. And that ending was a woof. That was a woof
yes.
ending.
Yeah.
Because, again, this idea of, like, oh, yeah, like, she's like, should I save my sister? Because if I save her, then I won't exist. I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But then the film kept going, unfortunately. I was like, well, that's painful. And then it's revealed that she meets this guy, Quincy, whatever his name was. They're like, oh, he's a science prodigy, blah, blah, blah. And he's trying to help her throughout the film. They're testing the time machine. Also the ugliest time machine I've ever seen in my life. I also had a theory kind of midway through that I was like, maybe it was the dad, because it was, like, from his company. So I was like, oh, maybe the dad built it, and then, I don't know, maybe he was hoping to go back and fix things, but then the daughter went to the barn. But then I realized that's too sophisticated for what I'm thinking of right now. But yeah, the villain ends up being him, Quincy, but from the future, who, again, I don't want to be rude, that old age makeup was terrible.
Yes.
The fact they deepened his voice was really funny and made him even less menacing than he was before. He didn't really have much, but that made it even worse.
Right.
But, like, again, it reminded me of, like, Until Dawn a little bit. Spoilers for the guy, so I think I've talked about it before. But, like, Josh goes after everybody who he believes hurts his sisters, right? Hannah and Beth. But to me, he keeps targeting the people who did the least amount of damage.
Yes.
Like, Jessica and Emily pretty much got off the hook. And he instead decides to torture Chris and Sam, who, again, Chris and Ashley were part of it, but Sam was at least one of the few characters who tried to, like, intervene and help. Yeah. And same with Chris, or not Chris,
Max? Was his name Max? What was his name?
No.
Matt?
No, not Matt. He was off with Emily.
Why can I never remember the guys? The douchey guy. What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah. I want to call him Brent, but that's because that was the guy who did the mocap and voice acting for him.
Jake? Was it Jake?
No, well, I can't think of his name
Jessica and...
It's gonna bug me. I'm real sorry. Remember. But Juicy Jock guy, like, they all kind of got off the hook, I think. And, like, same with this movie. Like, he's like, oh, I targeted your sister and her friends. I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, like, the one friend helped dunk him into the river. But so, like, Ethan seems like the bigger douchebag. Why not kill him?
Yeah.
So, like, his targets were a little aloof to me, anyway. But yeah, so, like, she kills him and then decides, no, I'm gonna go back and live in 2003.
Yeah.
Because then she's like, YOLO, when I went back to the future, my parents didn't know me, so I'm just gonna live here now.
Where my parents are happy with me, and...
Yeah, but I'm like, how is that gonna work out credential-wise, ID-wise?
Right?
Like,
my brain just went to the Flash, and I'm like, the timeline, no.
Right, but everyone doesn't seem to care, so I was like, cool, if no one else cares, then I guess I don't know why I'm caring then.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I definitely agree with you. The film had struggled with his identity, which is too bad, because I think that core idea could have been something super interesting. So now my new headcanon, on top of that it was an AI script, I truly think this person wrote an entirely different film and maybe had time travel elements, but was never intended to be like a horror film, maybe.
Maybe.
And then the studio saw Totally Killer and they were like, you need to make this into Totally Killer.
Yeah.
That is my new headcanon. that is my new headcanon for this film. Especially because the mask was so similar. I was like, there's no way.
Well, yeah, like it literally, the mask, it's a time travel. I mean, Totally Killer's about a mother and daughter. This is about two sisters. Yeah. So, like, I mean, yeah.
Sure.
80s, Y2K, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least I felt in Totally Killer there was more consequences for her action.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because, again, she actually accidentally got her parents to hook up sooner, so now she has an older brother.
Yeah.
You know, but
it was all thought out in the sense of, like, yeah, the timeline consequences and everything.
Mm-hmm. Because I think even though she tries to save all the people, they all still end up dying.
Mm-hmm.
In sometimes very comical ways with her trying to assist.
And I feel like they also didn't, I mean, you saw it a little bit, but they didn't emphasize enough of the connection between Quinn and the sister to really get his revenge for...
Yes.
Like, I feel like, because obviously you find out that the sister is a lesbian, and she is in love with her, was it her best friend, or just...
Her best friend, M, who I think was the third girl who was supposed to die.
Yeah. And so I feel like if there was, because there was that bit at the beginning where he comes up to her and wants to hand her a note, I think.
Yes.
And doesn't end up doing it because she gets, like, pulled away and stuff like that. I feel like if there was a moment there where we got a little more kind of, like, flirtiness between him and her, but she's just, like, a natural flirt, and he's like, oh, I really like you, but then he sees maybe her, but then again, it probably would have revealed the big twist of her, you know, being in love with her best friend at the end. That would have revealed it too soon. But something like that would have probably made it more interesting for me, or been like, okay, that's why he's like...
Right, because again, you know... to me, he should have killed all the guys who threw him in the river.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because I think he said something, or at least this other version of him said that, oh, she laughed when I was jumped in the river. Mm-hmm. Now... I don't remember that scene super well, but I don't remember her really like, maybe she awkward laughed. Because again, like, I don't know if we can trust this guy as because obviously he is, like, in love with her, you know, so I think he's not a reliable narrator of, like, oh, and she laughed in my face and did all these things. But especially, yeah, she just lightly, didn't really reject him, was like, oh, sorry, like, I gotta go, like, I'm busy, you know, but, again, at that point, I was just like, all right, let's just... wrap this shit up. Right. But yeah, it was unfortunate. But yeah, time cut's bad. Yeah. It's still Season of the Witch and then maybe time cut. But still, there's still like a pretty decent gap. Bit, yeah. There's a little gap. Nothing's probably to go in there unless there's something real bad.
Yeah.
Although I will say, maybe Friday the 13th Part 3 could lodge itself in there, actually. Maybe in between.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because have you ever watched Friday the 13th Part 3?
I have not. I have only seen the first two, I believe. And then the remake, obviously, with Jared.
Well, do you know what's great about it? What? It plays the last 10 minutes of the second movie.
Oh, I love when that happens.
I was like, again? I was like, okay, sure, all right. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the rest of the film. But I was like, okay, here we go. Because I think it's supposed to literally take place, like, days after, I guess, the second film ends. So maybe that's why they did it. I don't know.
Okay.
But it also did a thing that really upset me. Like, the opening, they were talking about this character, Chris, is our final girl character. And she dead ass is like, oh, man, you know what happened to me 2 years ago? I'm like, who are you? What are you talking about? Like, am I supposed to know what happened to you 2 years ago? So, of course, I'm angrily, like, typing in my phone, IMDb. I'm like, she hasn't been in any of the previous... Like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Okay.
And it really made me mad because apparently we were supposed to know this information, or maybe not. I don't know. It very much upset me because I was like, listen, I've watched them like, yeah, watch these films yearly, but I have a fairly good memory. Like, you are not in the film. And again, I saw a comment from somebody on IMDb being like, full of plot holes like normal, like a normal Friday the 13th film. I was like, okay, maybe this is just the thing that happens.
Yeah.
Because she's apparently claiming that 2 years ago, Jason attacked her in the woods. And I was like, okay, but 2 years ago was Mrs. Voorhees. You know?
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking 2 years ago, that was all her. Got her head chopped off. And Jason was a little shrimp kid in the lake.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't a being yet. So you're trying to say, like, that was a little bit after that? Like, what are we trying to say?
Yeah.
What are we trying to say? So that, I don't know why that definitely upset me. I was like, you're trying to pretend like the audience knows, but we don't.
We don't.
We do not know. But I did look up and I started kind of reading more IMDb or Wikipedia. And then I was like, okay, I have to turn this off. I have to watch the film. Because it does sound like they really wanted to pick up immediately where the second one ended.
Okay.
And have what was her name? Ginny, go to an insane asylum kind of deal.
Okay.
And or a hospital, and Jason was going to follow her there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, and they were like, yeah, that'll finish the trilogy. But she unfortunately did not sign on to do the next one. I think because they, apparently according to them, they only had like an outline of the script, and her agent was kind of like, meh, you don't have anything. So we're going to keep shopping around, because that's all the actress had to say. She was like, yep, my agent just passed, and that was that. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So I don't know if they were just desperately trying to then rewrite something. I mean, that's probably what they did. But I was like, okay, that's a little more interesting than the film itself. So I gotta say, for this one, there wasn't a lot of gore.
Really?
Like, that first one was gory as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the second was a little more subtle, but still had some, still had it.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was very, very minimal.
Interesting.
And there was a lot of deaths, like, I was going to say outside of camera. That's not how it goes.
Off camera?
Yes, thank you. I was like, outside of camera.
Outside of camera.
You goofy girl. You goofy girl.
Same diff.
Right? But, yeah, so I found that very peculiar. Especially because when we I say we, but I think we both watched it, like How It's Made horror films when they did Friday the 13th.
Yep.
And the director talked about how Halloween had come out and it was all about the suspense and what happened in the shadows.
Right.
And they were like, we were making something that was like, nope, we're going for the throat. We're just gore, gore, gore.
Blood
so it's
and
interesting
guts,
that already by the third film, they like changed that motto. Or maybe they didn't have the money or the budget. Who knows? So I will say it was a rather boring watch, other than me being really angry that Chris thought we should know who she was, and I was like, don't think so, girl, don't think so.
How dare you presume I should know who you are?
Right? And her boyfriend, I guess, I don't know, who tried to sexually assault her right off the get-go, and I was like, eh. She like walks into the cabin, and he just like right on her mouth, and I was like, and again, he's like, what's wrong? Like, don't you want? And I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
These people. You think I don't know any of you. It was very annoying.
Was the third one supposed to be in 3D?
As I looked it up, so I think maybe that's the element I was missing. It was supposed to be in 3D, and maybe it would have fixed all the problems.
I was going to say, that must be why it was not so gory, is because they were focused on it being, like, in 3D the whole time.
Mm-hmm. But you would think you'd want that gore then in 3D too, but...
Well, but that's the thing, because, like, they made the third Jaws in 3D, and it's very minimal in, like, blood and gore, too, because they tried so hard to, like, make everything jump out at you, right? So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. A totally different experience, but I did not receive that experience. I will say it was cool to see Jason kind of get his iconic look. So if anything, the third film, it gives him his hockey mask look and his machete. So I'm like, okay. Like, all right. Fine, I suppose. But yeah, the thing that deeply upset me about that film was the fact that the characters kept acting like we should know information about them. And I was like, I don't know who you are. It was very bizarre. But yeah, Season of the Witch, me will put Friday the 13th there. And then Time Cut can be just above it.
Just above it. All right.
Just barely. entirely. Just because, again, I think the most important part of that film was just the iconic hockey mask.
Yeah.
Seeing Jason be in his, I was going to say final form, his true form.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes sense.
But, yeah, it was just weird that there was minimal gore, a lot of deaths off camera. And again, the biggest insulting thing was them talking to me as if I knew these
who they
people.
were.
You clowns. You fucking clowns.
Well, so far, Spooky Month has started off on a fairly wah-wah note.
Weird note.
Yeah.
What was my thought? Okay, now I pass the ball to you.
Okay.
Now you have to tell me about one of the films.
Okay, well, I'll save Prom Queen for when if we do our whole thing there, but I'll talk about Wolfman a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, so this one was a Blumhouse Productions, and so Jason Blum, I believe is the guy's name. Is it Jason Blum? Jason...
Sure.
Yeah, I think though. Blumhouse is his production company. He's known for like a lot of most of the horror movies that are out nowadays. So to me, this one kind of seemed very like when I first saw the trailer for it, I did not know that it was a Blumhouse production. So I was surprised to see that. But yeah, so the plot of the story is this husband and wife and their daughter are they live in, I believe it's New York. I don't know if they actually said specifically where they live, but they live in the big city. Okay. And they're having some marital problems. The little girl follows her dad around a lot. Like, obviously, they have a very close bond and everything. And then the dad gets news that his father has passed away. And I should note, too, that they did a little kind of like cold open of like seeing the dad as a little boy with his dad, because I guess they used to live on a farm like out in the mountains. Okay. And they're it's like the scene where they're going hunting in the forest, and it's the little boy's first time like handling a gun and like going hunting with him and stuff like that. And a lot of the time his head's like in the clouds and he's just kind of like la 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 la, and the dad's like very like military, like you need to pay attention, otherwise, like, I'm just trying to protect you. I'm trying to teach you how to protect yourself. So they get deep into the woods at one point, and they see a deer, and then the son decides he's gonna go off and try to shoot the deer himself to like prove to his dad that like he can do it, kind of thing. So he kind of goes away or separates himself from the dad, gets a little bit deeper into the woods, and then he like goes to like look through his scope to where the deer is, and then you see this like kind of giant like figure kind of like darting around in the woods behind him. And you're kind of like, oh shit, there's something here. And then the dad finally catches up to him, obviously reams him out for like separating himself, and then they hear noises and everything, and the dad's like, okay, we need to get the F out of here, like this isn't good. And they end up hiding in like one of those, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like those tree forts that the hunters hide in, like up in the trees.
Oh, okay.
To hide from the predators or whatever. So yeah, they end up hiding in there, and then you hear like the animal coming and stuff like that. So obviously, yeah, it just kind of like sets up the monster that there's clearly something weird going on in this woods. So yeah, so cut back to the present when the little boy's now grown up and become the dad with his family. And yeah, he finds out that his dad has passed away, and he needs to go back to the estate and clear out all his things, usual stuff. So he's like, well, I figure, we can go as a family and it'll be good bonding time for all of us, and you can work on your writing and this and that and the other thing. And so the mother reluctantly decides to go, and the little girl's like, yeah, let's do it. And so they take a big moving van up there to go like move everything away, or move everything out of his place, and they get lost on the way up to his dad's place, because he like literally lives like in this farm in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Like, you could not get there. So it ends up getting dark as they're driving, and he runs into a hunter that I guess like he used to know as a boy. And obviously hadn't seen him for years, but he's like, yeah, I'll help you get back to your dad's farm. I'll show you where to go. So he hops in the van with them, and they're driving and talking and catching up and everything. And then all of a sudden they see this like figure standing in the middle of the road, and he veers off, and the truck ends up like flying off this mountain road and like tumbling over and flipping upside down in the trees.
Oof.
And that's kind of where things start getting a little spooky. So obviously the friend gets knocked out. And then in his like daze, he tries to unbuckle himself and like open the door and ends up like falling out of the van.
Ooh.
And then all of a sudden you see this like shadowy thing just like grab him and drag him away. And so they're all like, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Peace,
yep.
brother. Peace and love. Have fun.
Right? So they climb out. They run for safety. They end up like finding the dad's farm and like holing up in there. But then the twist is that once they get in there, the dad's like, oh my god, my arm's like really killing me. And you find out that like when the friend had like fallen out of the vehicle, something had like smashed the glass, and the dad thought it was just like glass that cut his arm, but it looks like he got like scratched by something. So they're like kind of freaking out and trying to like, you know, tend to his injuries and stuff like that. And then throughout the rest of the movie, as they're like trapped in this farmhouse and trying to like survive the night, because there's obviously something like stalking them outside on the farm, the dad's like experiencing transforming into a werewolf essentially. And so like, yeah, you kind of like you watch him like go through all these changes. He starts to like be able to hear things that he couldn't hear before. His like vision starts to change. He starts obviously like getting more animalistic in different ways. And so now it's the wife's responsibility to try to like figure out how to like protect, like try to figure out how they can protect him or get him to safety, see if we can like get him to the hospital or whatever, but also like protect the daughter in case like she doesn't know what's happening. And so then he's like kind of like in this half human, half animal form at one point, and he can't talk anymore, but he can like write things and kind of like make gestures or whatever. And so they decide they're gonna make a break for it, and they go outside and like have a couple of scenes where they're like trying to run away from the monster or whatever. And then at one point, the dad decides he's gonna like distract the monster and get like the mom and daughter to safety. And that doesn't end up working, and it ends up happening where they get back into the house, and the monster ends up in the house at one point, and you find out that the monster is actually his dad. Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's his dad.
Let's go.
Right? So I was like, damn, that was pretty crazy. And then yeah, they ended off with the main character dad ends up killing his dad in the werewolf form. And then he starts coming after his wife and daughter because now he's like fully Wolfman. And then they end the movie where the wife and daughter are in that same like hunting treehouse that they started the movie with, and it kind of like repeats the same type of scenario, except this time the dad starts gesturing to the mom to like shoot him and like just get rid of him kind of thing, because he doesn't want to hurt his family, obviously, right? He still has like, he can still kind of, he's still partly human underneath the animal thing, so he's trying to like resist it. And yeah, so she ends up shooting him, and then they end up, you know, escaping, and that's the end of the movie. But yeah, it was really spooky. So
sorry, so this all kind of happens within like one night?
Yeah,
almost?
It's kind of like an all in one night scenario.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Adds like to the suspense.
Right.
That was so funny. When you were just talking about that, I was thinking of the other Wolfman movie. I think it was Hugh Jackman and Anthony Hopkins that's in it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Anthony Hopkins is his dad, and he is the Wolfman in that one.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder.
Right.
Family curse, family legacy.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, that's kind of shitty of the dad to be like, yeah, I died. Come out here.
Right? Well, and that's the thing, too.
Because how I was... Sorry, you tell me.
Well, they don't really say, like, if the intention was to lure him out there. I think it was just that there's this... It's kind of like a Wendigo type scenario where there's clearly some sort of, like, ancient monster on this land that people are aware of, and they don't mess with at certain times of the day or the year or whatever. And if they hear it or see it, they need to, you know, GTFO. And so I guess it just either nobody knew how the dad died, or that was just kind of the part of the information that they left out, obviously, to reveal the big twist at the end, was just that, your dad has passed and he left his estate to you, so you have to come and deal with it now. Because they never asked or anything like how he died, so it was just that he and the fact that he lived all alone on his farm, like in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Right. It's not like he had friends or anybody to like check up on him, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, so that's why in my mind I'm like, he had to have sent the information out,
right? Yeah,
so little sus, man, little
right?
sus.
It's a little sus, yeah,
little sus. Although I was kind of hoping when you said that you find out that it's the dad, I thought it'd be one of those things where like if he kills his dad, he's killed the source of the werewolf curse, which that means he would be free, but right? Apparently not.
No, because if there was that same creature out in the woods when the two of them were hunting at the beginning, that means it's like clearly it's not a family thing. There's like something in the woods. Yeah,
you have to kill that one then,
right? Yeah, exactly. So if there's a wolf man too, that could be the possible scenario.
Interesting.
Yeah, but there was a really cool, like, just I really enjoyed the parts when they were like showing his experience, like going through the transformation, because at one point he's like, this was kind of one of the first signs that he was like noticing something was wrong, was that they were all trying to sleep and like just kind of like relax after being chased, and all of a sudden he's hearing like this like tapping noise, and it gets louder and louder, and it just sounds like banging and creaking and like this like tuk, 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 like this really crazy noise, and he's like hearing it upstairs. So they show this whole kind of like really interesting and suspenseful sequence of him like climbing the stairs and hearing this noise, and so you're like, okay, so there's something in this room. He's trying to figure out what this noise is. It's like this really loud banging, and it's coming from the closet. He opens the closet door, and he kind of like rounds the corner, and there's this like giant spider just like crawling up the wall, but the sound is its legs like crawling up the wall, so it's like obviously showing that he's got like super canine hearing.
I was hoping for like a little mousy. That
could have been interesting too, but yeah, I think they wanted like the creepy spider. Yeah.
No.
Hard pass. Right? Hard pass. So I thought that whole sequence was kind of interesting, just like showing how like he's obviously transitioning into this creature, and like all these different things, because I guess I kind of was comparing it to An American Werewolf in London, because I think that's the most iconic like werewolf transformation sequence for horror movies and stuff. So I like that they didn't like they took some elements from it, obviously, because you kind of have to show him wolfing out and everything, but I thought it was neat how they kind of showed a few subtle differences that were interesting, and yeah, it added to the suspensefulness, which was awesome. Yeah,
nice. Now I'm even more curious about the Kit Harington one,
right?
Because I think he also has a daddy in that one.
Interesting.
And there's a lot of talks between them. And I thought I heard something about legacy, so maybe in that one it's more of a inherited curse.
Interesting.
But he also has a daughter who loves him a lot. So, again, how is it that there's... How?
Why do they keep recycling the storylines?
Yeah, I'll have to Google... Yeah, because I don't even remember what the Kit Harington one's called, but
yeah,
I swear, like, they came out, like, the same year. Like,
that sounds right. Honestly, yeah. When you mention that, I'm like, yeah, that I recall that, and that does sound very similar, yeah.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Well, that sounds like a fun movie that I might never watch, because you mentioned a giant spider, so...
Yes, yeah. Yay! It's definitely more on the, like, definitely spooky... scary movie side of things. There's no comedy whatsoever in this one, but yeah, if you want a good spook, it was good. I was very impressed with it.
Interesting.
But overall, it was pretty decent. So yeah, Wolfman, right. I highly recommend.
There you go.
Yay.
A good one. We finally got a good one.
We finally have a good one. Yeah.
Finally got a good one. I think that'll do it for today's episode. It's pretty jam-packed. It's a pretty jam-packed episode.
We told you we're gonna be, I
think we picked it up this week.
We
picked it up this week.
Yes, yeah.
We did good. But yeah, now that I'm back home, yeah. I think next up my list is the Fear Street. I gotta watch that Prom Queen.
Heck yeah.
But I mean, also gotta start Stranger Things. Like, and Mr. Christmas is coming out on Thursday.
I know.
Like,
there's so much. So much.
I'm just being torn in 2 different directions. What to do?
Right?
But
Which one?
Right. But either way, we'll obviously let you guys know. I think we'll still try to do maybe 1 or 2 more spooky months. Maybe
I think so, considering we started so late.
Yeah, maybe it might extend to like the first week of November. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing to 2 Pretty Cool Gals, in my opinion. And let us know in the comments down below what you thought of all the movies we talked about today.
Yes.
Did you know what I did last summer? Because I don't know what I did last summer. Have you heard of The Wolfman? Or this other, Kit Harington weird clone film? So confusing. But yeah, just let us know. Any other spooky movies you guys have been watching? Because, we always like to add to our list, never-ending list of movies.
Yep.
And consider giving this video a little like-see. And, yeah. Watch all the content, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Monkey.
And
And slap.
Ooh.